Good morning, guys. Right, I'm back, and the reason I'm back so early on a Sunday morning is because I checked yesterday's video that I recorded, and there was an issue again with the microphone, and I realised what I'd done because I've set up the OBS software for my microphone channel to run through here, as well as it was running through inside Ableton Live as well, and I forgot that I'd actually got that channel on, and I've sussed that out this morning, and I didn't realise that I'd left that in there, so that's why my voice was echoing on yesterday's video. The music was coming out clear, but my voice was still echoing. So welcome to Elite EDM Stars with myself, Darren Baton. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done some videos because I've had these technical issues ever since I cleaned my mixer. I've had to try and suss it out what's been going on. I've had delays coming out on the sound when I tried to do a live video last week on Facebook, and it's just been haunting me for a couple of weeks. I'm a sound engineer, I'm a music producer for 27 years, and when something like that happens, it just bugs you, and I've had to get to the bottom of it. I've hopefully sorted it out. Hopefully my voice is not echoing coming through and sounds like a slapback delay on there at the moment. But anyway, what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how I made my latest track that I did last Friday. I sat at the computer, didn't intend to make a track, I just suddenly had some inspiration, booted Ableton Live and went straight to it, and I'm going to show you how quickly it took me. Within the first hour I got the idea down, and then I took a break for about 20 minutes, came back and had another 40 minutes at it, and by that 40 minutes I got a structure of a track which is now ready to mix down. It's not, there might be a few things I want to add, like some extra percussions and things here and there, but the track is pretty much 100% in terms of its structuring. The timing I was aiming for, which is 3.5 minutes, or around about 3.5 minutes for a radio mix. If I want to do a club mix, I'll obviously do extended intros and outros. But what I'm going to show you is walking through this. But quickly before I do show you that, I want to sort of mention our hoodies. You can get these. They've got our logo on the back, as you can see, and you can get these at our shop on our website. The links are available in this video stream. But if I just want to show you, you can get one of these hoodies if you want to sign up for our advanced course. It is a paid course, but it's an advanced house music production course over 2 weeks where I deliver directly to your computer. And if you want to have a look at that, you get a free hoodie when you sign up. Alternatively, you can get them from our shop, but I'm just going to switch over my screen so you can see. I'm just going to show you this. So this is the landing page for the course. This just gives you a breakdown of all the information and what you're going to learn, and then if you want to find out more, it takes you to the you click on this, you get course info, it takes you down software info, and also you get a free hoodie of your choice, so you can go across to the store, select your hoodie, let us know which one you want, and once you've signed up onto the course and confirmed, because you can't just sign up, you have to be vetted for this course. You have to be an advanced producer who wants to sort of or get into an advanced level. So you know you're past beginners level, and you want to get into producing tracks quickly, fast, learn how to reverse engineer sounds from other producers, and things like that. So this tells you all about the course and what you're going to learn on there, and a little sort of preview videos. And there's 3 different payment options where you can pay 2 weekly payments of that, or a single payment, one-off payment, or a deposit and then 2 payments. So you pay for a deposit in advance, so if you don't want to take the course like next week, you can enroll for the next fortnight. So it's every 2 weeks that we enroll, Monday at the start of every month, the first Monday of every month and the second Monday of every month. Sorry, the third Monday of every month, which is the 2 weeks later. So you can sort of make a deposit and then payments on the first week and payments on the second week. So, and also our sample pack, you can grab that on there. And just quickly, if you are a beginner, we have our beginners course, and again there's also a free guide with this. This is 27 videos. You can do this at any time, and it just tells you a little bit more about it, the music discounts you can get on music software. And then our free book is available still for 61 days. It's available to the end of the year for free download. You do get this book with the course. It's a PDF guide. It comes with the course if you sign up to the course, and which is £47, and you can take it at any time. Accessed 24/7 for the videos. There is a time limit on sort of the period, but we can extend that time period for any particular length of time that you want to study the course for. So if you want it for another 6 weeks, we can extend your period on that as well. So I just thought I'd show you those guys, and yeah, if you download the free guide here, you click onto that, it will take you to a page, or you click on there. Actually, it won't take you to a page. You just click on there, subscribe, and you get the guide, and you should get an email with the guide. Okay, so let's put this side stream aside, and let's go into Ableton Live. So to start this track, what I did, I do my usual. I come into clip view. I typed in I think house vocal, something like so. House vocal, I can spell. It is a bit early still in the morning, and the clocks did go back last night in the UK, so I've had the extra hour in bed. That's why I have a nice big coffee as well. So I typed in house vocal. I come to my sample packs, and what it does, if I just take that away a second, you'll see how many sample packs I've got here. So by typing in that, it just limits me down into my searches. I can come into these sample packs and see what's available, and it just limits me down. So I'll search for a vocal. I started with this vocal. Okay, so I think one advantage now as well, I should be able to talk, and when I mute a channel, you should still be able to hear me. So let's just check that, and yes, you should still be able to hear me now. So that's the advantage of the way I've now set up OBS, so that I can actually talk with the microphones going directly to OBS, and the output's just coming from Ableton Live. For some unknown reason, the settings just all decided to mess up, and without sort of rebuilding it and resetting the template I got, I just sort of I've mapped it now a better way. It will be a better way, because, as I say, I've got more control over the microphone. All I have to do is pull the mic back when the music's playing, so I don't get any slapback delay for you guys. Sorry to diverge there. I just like to explain things. I'm a technical guy, and I like to explain things. So that's what I did. Found the vocal. I found some percussion just to start off with, and then I found a bass line that I like the sound of, and I also got the MIDI of that bass line. And what I did for that MIDI, I took Sylenth. I looked for one of my sample packs inside my custom banks, and you can see I've got Future House Sounds, Identity Records, Identity Ultimate Deep Future House, and I loaded that sample pack. I looked for a sort of a Hoover type sound. I wanted that kind of ravey type sort of sound, so a Hoover is perfect for that. It's detuned. If you just look at the voices, it's maxed out on the voices on both, on that one. Apart from that, there's nothing on there. So we've got three oscillators maxed out, saw waves, saw wave again, detuned, roughly about the same. Volumes are up full, one's down on its octave, this one's up on its octave, and it gave me that perfect sort of ravey sound. That was the one type of sound I was looking for this. Okay, not sure what this one is. This might be bass. Yeah, it's another bass. Just underpinning as well. Not sure whether I'm using that in the main track. That might just have been an idea as I was building up at the time. I got that snare roll as an effect, and this snare roll as effect layering on top. So again, it was a case of just going into my browser here and typing in snare roll or snare effect, and just quickly pulling out samples and layering stuff that sounds good together, because not everything will sound well together. You have got to listen to it. Do they clash? These don't clash, so it's perfect. And then that was pretty much it. I hadn't got anything else there. I literally did this. I focused on this as a build. Okay, so next step, once I got that in place, I came into my track here, my arrangement view. I set my markers to loop around this section here. So Command L. And then I just pretty much hit record. I hit record and just played that in. Hit that scene, record that scene, kept it simple, didn't have any different arrangements. Sometimes I build my tracks up with different arrangement sections, but in this particular case I just wanted that was my sort of my drop, or should I say my breakdown drop, and my build at the same time. But because the snare's repeating, obviously I don't want that in the first part, so I just recorded that into a loop, and then I just took out this sections here. I just took this chunk of it out and then layered in some effects afterwards. I believe if I look into there's no effects here or anything else afterwards. All of this is blank. So I built this up myself into this arrangement. So I just literally started with this as the basic arrangement. I don't think there's anything on there, is there? No. So that's how it started, guys. Yeah, the reason that's there is because it's just all of these effects here, this extra little bit I've created. So all of this was done afterwards, after this. So I got this down, and then I focused on this section next. So taking it into this breakdown drop, you notice I've got no markers. I kind of can work blind without markers these days. I don't really need that. It's just great when you're first starting off, if you've got a busy project. I mean, obviously I could start putting my locators in now and put it so break drop like so, and obviously I've got my intro sections, and building my sections I focused on these. I focused on these two first, focused on this section first, and then this section, and then slowly stripping it back down to it was like that. And once I got that, I focused on this next block, so I had a locator to there, and then another one to there. So I focused on this, and then I added in the outro, which was a replication of this, but stripping it back down in reverse order, kind of almost similar. But as you can see, that's there. That's just building back up again, ready to drop back down. So it's a higher pattern, just creating a little bit more energy coming in, just like it does there, but there it's sort of building out into a simple outro. Now if I wanted to make this into a, I'm just going to move this over to here so this makes a little bit more sense, even though the locator numbers are all over the place now. I'm just going to bring these back so they're in order, guys, otherwise it's a little bit confusing. Okay, so if obviously I wanted to add, if you look at my time, it roughly ends around about here. 3 minutes 27, or should I say 3 minutes 20, just that carries through there. And if I wanted to extend, I could extend another, that section there, so the track would finish roughly about 3 minutes 36, and I could add another 8 bar or 16 bar or 8 bar intro there at the intro of the track, and that would just make it into an extended club mix. You could add a different type of synth and arpeggio coming in, something like that, something else, just to make it slightly different. But my aim was to literally build a track which was radio friendly. If you think about DJs these days, they've got a lot of things that they want to do in their sets. They may have a 1 hour set or a 2 hour set, and they may want to try and play as many tracks as possible. So make your track radio friendly and make it also DJ friendly, and you stand more chance of getting airplay. So I'm just going to play you through this track in sections, and I'll break down what I did here and here, and these sections obviously you can see. So let's just take it from the start. Okie smoky. So yes, that bass was playing, it's just I hadn't named it, so I'm just going to name that now so I can I know what's going on. Hoover lead. Okay, actually that was hover lead instead of Hoover. I can't spell this morning. Hoover lead. So first of all, this section here, what I did, I took a vocal, I took snippets from this vocal to use here on these sections, and then I also took a little bit of a breath, one of the breath sections, just took a little section like that and then I played it in. I could have took some other sections and maybe chopped it up. I might go back and do that. You know, I could take another little breath and try and sort of make a different pattern, but I started off very minimal with it, as you can see, just building it up. If I change my quantize to 16s, you can see and again, and then just sort of making it build. Obviously as it gets more busier, just repeating the synths a little bit more, or should I say the vocal stabs. They're sort of breaths really, but it sounds like a synth. I washed it in a bit of delay and reverb, and yeah, so that was that section, and I obviously built my kick drum into there. My bass, again, was another EDM templates.net bass synth, so just a number of small basses, very select EDM style bass lines. So I'll just leave that on the screen in case you guys want to just have a look at the settings on there. Okay, so that bass, that was the kind of bass I was looking for, that sort of plucky but also sort of glidey kind of style bass. And if you listen to it and we look on, you can just see I've got a little bit of automation. And that allows me to do that obviously because the release times are up on the synth here. Just gives me a nice little bit of sort of control. I may add another sound in, I may add another layer as it's coming in here, something subtle in the background, not another arpeggiator, because I think that would just clash with this. I mean, usually I start with an arpeggiator. I could maybe build, take away this section, build that up with an arpeggiator and then drop into the bass section. We'll see how it goes on the mix down. But as I say guys, it was just, this was a way to try and build a track quickly without sitting here thinking about it too much, because if you sit and think about a track too much, it just doesn't happen. I find that if a track's not working within the first hour, 2 hours, then I just scrap it because it's just not worth focusing on. When something happens like this and it's creative and it just flows and it writes itself almost start to finish, then it's something for you to come back to. It's definitely a track that's worth your attention. So I hope that's helped. I'm going to call it a day for this one. I'm going to be back this afternoon with another video, trying to redo my Pink Bomb Indica remix video, my progressive trance remix under the DB9 project name. That's my other alias, and I wanted to walk through that. It was basically, we released the original track in 1998. We wrote it in 97 and in this room actually, and we released it in 1998 on Quad Communications. It got to quite a number of big compilation albums like Ministry of Sound, Ibiza Annual, etc. And then a friend of mine, Rich Mowat, Solar Stone, you might know the guy, massive trance producer. He asked me when I was at university in 2011 if I could fancied remixing it, and I had to then dig out all of the parts, all of the midis. I had to get out the old Atari and try and recover all of the MIDI parts and samples, which were all on floppy disks inside this sampler. So I'm going to try and redo that video this afternoon, which I did a couple of weeks ago, and then I had problems when I listened back. All my microphone was muffled and everything, so I want to try and redo those videos, and that leaves me clear then to start doing the rest of the content that I'd already got planned. May do a track where you take it down, break it down, and how to set it up ready for a live session, live stage session. Things you can do for that. I like to build my tracks. Sometimes I'll start producing with an album in mind, and I'll try and do a live album. I actually did it for a live set I did over in Amsterdam. A live video set that I took to Amsterdam with me to promote myself, and it was just after coming back from the Amsterdam dance event, I got really inspired to go out and get lots of little MIDI gear which allows me to trigger and do things live. So I try and do tracks like that these days, but this just happened, and there you go. So I will be back later this afternoon, guys. I'm going to jump onto Facebook now to do this video again on my Facebook channel. So ciao for now, see you soon. Yeah, and before I go, don't forget, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also like the video, and please share. Cheers, guys. See you soon.